All right. Haway, and welcome back to Let's Have a Powwow podcast. I'm your host, Amy Fareed. And with me today, I have Kristal Korblossom. Now, I can see your whole name, but how do you prefer to be addressed?
Korblossom, but it's Kristal.
I love Korblossom, and I wanted to ask you because I love your Instagram. That's your handle, and I'm like Korblossom. So I was like, wait, should I call you Korblossom or your actual name? But I
I
mean,
mean, Korblossom is fine, but
I
it's
love it.
basically my initials.
I love that. Korblossom, I know you. You are a jewelry designer.
Yes.
That's how I know you. But I want to know a little bit more about you. So tell me, where are you from? Where are your ancestors from? Tell me who Korblossom is.
Well, I am a jeweler and a tarot card reader. My family, I mean, I live like some of my family's in New Jersey, some are on the Shinnecock Reservation. I
Are
think
you
you met.
Shinnecock?
I'm Shinnecock. So I
Yes.
kind of like I've been like all my cousins are out there. Not all of them, but there's a few out there
Yeah.
still. Like Carolyn does the clam stand out there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So she's my cousin. And then Ani. You probably know
Awesome.
Ani. You know Ani, I
I
think.
might.
Pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
might.
She's
Yes.
everywhere,
Oh, I love
and she's an
that.
artist too. And then I also lived out of the country, for a
Okay.
while. I was living in England.
So were you raised
Um,
in New Jersey or New York?
I lived in New Jersey and New York. Like I was in New York as a teen,
Cool.
mostly. Like I started off as a teen here, then I went to England.
What brought you to England?
I just wanted, like, some of my friends were living there, and I wasn't sure. Basically, they said they were going to some boarding school, and then
Okay.
I said, I want to go. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure why, I wanted, but I just wanted to go, and I had already thought like I wanted to live in Europe or go to Europe, and
Yeah.
so I did go out there. I was in the north at first. I was in Manchester area, and
Is
I
this in your
was.
early 20s or is this teen
This
years?
is when I was like teen, like 17, 18 and stuff like
So
that.
cool. So you
And I
just
was
like
going
left
out
New
there.
York.
I left and I went for summers. I would go out there. I would get some visas, stay for a bit, come back. I was also working in fashion.
What
I
did
was
you do in
working for a
fashion?
designer. I worked for a company called Label. I mean, I worked
Okay.
for a few other places. But I worked for some magazines and I worked for a woman called Laura Whitcomb.
Okay.
And she was the one that designed the Adidas dress
Oh,
back in the 90s. Yeah.
iconic.
hmm
I love
And then
that.
Gucci reimagined her collection more recently. But yeah, I worked for her for a long time. We used to go to Asia together, go to Thailand and
And
Hong
this is like when
Kong.
you were young, like a teenager?
This is older.
Okay,
This
this
is
is
after that.
older. Okay, okay. I was like,
This is
wait, see, that's
after.
what I
This
love
is,
about New York. It's like
I
the New
worked in
York
fashion
kids.
after. Yeah. Like I was
Okay.
still doing some things, but I was doing some styling work, just
So you
kind
went to
of being
England, you
creative.
hung out for a few summers.
I was studying, and then I came back and got some work in fashion and just kind of kept going. And I was doing a lot of classes in woodworking, jewelry.
Ooh.
I was making jewelry anyway,
Okay.
but I was doing a lot more beading. I was doing wire work, extensive wire work,
Okay.
like wrapping, beading,
Yes.
like raw hand wire work. And
Yes.
I was working for a woman for a while. I think she does like wedding stuff now, but her name was Beth Bernstein. So I worked for her for a long time, and I was doing all this like crafty stuff, and I would work like make samples for showrooms,
Oh,
and things like
cool.
that. Yeah, so I was doing that for a long time. I also, as a bench jeweler, I worked for companies, but I take in work for other people, and I'll, repair stuff, or maybe I'll design something for them and create another, piece. So
Oh,
I get commissioned a lot.
Yes. Now,
So I'm a
okay, so
freelancer.
you started doing beadwork first, like when you were young, like did a
When I
family
was
member
little,
teach
I was
you?
doing
Yeah.
beadwork. I mean, I was always into beadwork, woodwork, crafting, bedazzling, whatever,
Yeah, so you just were
you know,
always into it. And
sewing,
so
yes,
that translated over time into fashion, and then
and
now you have your
painting.
line. Is the line Korblossom?
I just call it core blossom. I mean, I work
Yeah.
with a lot of metals. I recycle everything.
Oh, love.
I try to melt stuff down and repurpose a lot.
Great.
I don't really like to just keep buying stuff. If I
No.
find something, I'll reuse it or try to make use of it. See, those are the cats getting crazy. So I'll,
They want the
so,
attention too. They're like, "Oh, mama's in here. Hi."
oh, so yeah, like I like I'm always reusing things. And I'll work with like shells too. I'll work with you know what? I had gone to some Target practice and I had the shell casings and they're actually brass.
Yes.
So the guy gave them to me and I started like sawing them in half and making something out of it.
Oh, that's so cool. And do
It's
you have a
kind of cool
studio in
looking.
the city
I
or?
just work from home.
Oh, that's
I just do
amazing.
everything from home. I mean, I can't get a studio. I just do everything from the house.
Yeah.
And it ends up being kind of cramped because you're always got tools, you got supplies, you got
Yeah. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat
things.
dinner real quick in this little spot right here."
Yeah. Well, because I'm moving stuff around. And then I
Yeah.
got all the hammers, I got tumblers, I got so many things. And then I
Right,
want
because you're
more stuff.
hammering metal for your jewelry, right? Because I see that when I see that, that's what I imagine your
I use
process.
some cushions sometimes and I make my own hammers.
Oh,
So
wow.
I mean I texturize them or beat them down to make a shape
So
and then I
cool.
can use it to hammer other stuff. But it's because some of the hammers don't work. I've gotten ones where you can screw in the ends and make these different, but I ended up banging it so hard that it got stuck in there. I
Wow.
could never pull the thing out
So
at
you
the
have
end.
to make your own customized hammers for what
Yeah,
you want, like the certain
yeah.
shape and the vibe.
Because I'm always banging. It's a lot, and I damaged some of those hammers. They weren't
Oh my
really.
God, I
I still
love
use them
that.
for other stuff where I can use the ends of it. Make it a shape.
Now, how are your neighbors? Do they know what you do? They know what you're doing.
No,
And do they
and
care? Because New York is like, there's
well,
always a little hammering every now and then.
I don't think my neighbor can hear too well, so I
Oh,
don't think he notices. But yeah.
perfect. That's amazing.
And then there's
Um,
a lot of noise outside on the weekend because
yeah,
there's a club outside. So on the weekends
yes.
they go crazy. So I just start banging.
Yeah. So you're like, this is my
They're
time
outside.
now to make
They're
my
outside
art.
screaming. They're outside
Yeah, that's right. Because you live
screaming.
downtown.
Mm-hmm. In the East Village. So they're
So
out
it's like
screaming.
banging anyway.
As soon as and there's fireworks going off sometimes. So I'm
All
just
the
like,
time.
oh, perfect opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
was after the Knicks win the other night? Was it crazy?
There's
Did
a
you
lot of people out.
a
I
lot
didn't
of
go
people
out, but I
out?
just strolled through. I was
Y-
at the Alchemist Kitchen
Oh,
last night.
I wanted to talk about that. So, okay, you're this amazing jeweler, and we're gonna post your beautiful jewelry. But I didn't realize that you also are a tarot card reader. When we were initially talking about doing the podcast, you had told me
Yeah.
that you do tarot, and I'm like, what?
I've been doing it forever.
I
And
am
it's funny because
obsessed.
some people don't know. A lot of people know I've always done it.
Yeah.
And it's always been fun for me to do.
So,
But I
okay,
started, huh?
yes, tell me how did tarot come to you? How did you get involved in tarot reading?
I started when I was really little doing it.
Oh my God, love.
And like my mom's mom gave me a deck and
Like,
she just thought
was
it
it
would
like
be
the
fun.
traditional
No,
deck? Like,
it was just a traditional, actually, I think it was the Witch's Tarot.
okay. Because
Might have
what's
been the
that
Witch's
one
Tarot.
Celtic one?
I gave it to someone as a gift because they loved it, and I was like, oh. And then later I wanted it back. I was like, I want
Of
that back.
course. You're like,
Gosh
why did I
darn it,
give that back?
I'm gonna give it away. So, but and I might have to get it again. But I have so many decks. I have probably 100 something decks.
I'm sure. Okay, so for people that are not familiar with tarot, what is tarot?
I mean, I use it as it's more of a subconscious way of tapping into your ideas. And I mean, I don't see it as like, oh, should I stay with this person or should I not? I'm looking at how are you feeling? Where would you like to go with this situation? I don't even ask questions when people do it. I tend to use two decks for the reading. And the first deck, I want to see why you're really doing this reading and how could it help you out? Like, what's the best advice? And if you feel
Right.
things are great, you want to keep it that way. Maybe you're looking at career ideas, maybe it's something personal, it could be anything going on. But you want to look at what can help you, not like, oh, should I keep worrying about this? It's about what should you do for yourself right now. So you're looking at it as a way to tap into like these innermost feelings that you're dealing with to help you. It's like I don't tell people, oh, go do this and go do that. I'm asking, how do you feel? Even
Yes.
if it's about relationship, I'll ask, well, what type of relationship are you seeking really? Everybody's
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
so then you start looking at, well, what can you do to create this type of energy to get that?
Right. That's such a great way of putting
Yeah,
it. Like,
use it that way. You don't want to use it as a negative, like, oh, am I ever going to be happy? I'm like, well, what do you need to be happy?
yes.
Everybody
Yes.
always has something happening. It just
Yeah.
depends on how you handle it.
And everything is within us too, right?
Yes,
Like all our
yes,
answers, all our
everything.
concerns is all within. And I think tarot is such a great way. Even I know it's really trendy now. People pull like three cards in the morning, and
I don't do
even
it
me.
every day. I mean, sometimes I'll
Yeah.
do it like,
Yeah.
3 times a week, but I'm looking maybe one just to see
Yeah.
what's the advice,
Yeah.
something.
Like it actually does, it always hits, every time. Like I have a couple of decks. I have like the traditional, what was the
The
original?
Rider-Waite-Smith.
Yes, the original one, that like the Irish one, or the, I don't know, the Celtic one. I'm not sure.
Oh, but I do the
Um
Celtic cross a lot of times with
yes.
decks. I do make up my own readings.
Yeah.
I don't really do, I kind of try to get to the real question. Like,
Yes.
what do you really want help with?
Yes. And now I think for me, I always looked at tarot card readers as people, because the tarot cards have pictures that symbolize things, correct? Would you say
Yes,
that?
they're symbols, just like air, earth, water. It's like you're looking at the feeling. So sometimes you might be looking at the cups or the color of the
Yes.
hearts, and it deals with sometimes how you've been feeling about things.
Yes.
It could be creative ideas or just being
Yes.
inspired. It doesn't have to be just about love. It could be other ideas,
Right.
and then you'll see like maybe swords, and that can be like it could be dealing with legal things or just
See,
like
and that's what I mean.
intellectual
Like,
ideas.
tarot card readers are great. One, because you've done the work, and the work has, the knowledge of the symbols of these cards, and the pictures. You know how to basically describe what is coming up, that is literally coming from the person that you
But you're
are
creating it.
reading for. I don't think people realize that sometimes. It's not
Hmm.
coming from Korblossom. It's literally you, like from what put your hand on, like that's all coming from you. And you, as the reader, are helping translate what these cards that they chose themselves from, subconsciously, what they mean. And
Yeah, it's showing like how it feels for you at that point.
yeah, but you
It's
explain it
not
so
even my
well.
perspective. It's about how does it feel for you. It's not because it's
Yeah.
not me. It's about how you're
Yes.
feeling.
It's
It doesn't
literally
matter how
not
I feel about
the
something or
reader.
how I do something. It's about how
Yeah.
it works for the person.
Yeah. I think people get so confused with that sometimes with tarot and psychics. It's like literally all within you, and you are just interpreting subconscious what these cards are saying.
Everyone's psychic though.
Yeah. But it's so
Everybody's
special.
psychic.
And I think sometimes in pop culture, there's these stereotypes that get played into, mystical things that people don't understand, and it is really so much more
They think
simple.
it's evil. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
or
evil.
like it's like
It's going to do something.
really
I mean, if
not.
you're a bad person doing things, well, yeah, then it could be that way.
Yeah,
Or if you're
because that's
telling
how you
people to
are,
do, or if you're
the
telling
person.
people horrible things and, trying to scare them or, trying to
Yeah,
get money from them in that way, then
yeah,
yeah, that is evil.
right. Like scammers, and there
Hmm.
are definitely scammers out there in the world. But you are not that.
I know you can't. I mean, you don't even want people coming back all the time. They come on special occasions or when
I
something's happening. You don't have to come all the time. It's when you
Yeah.
feel it's right for you. Maybe it's
Yes.
seasonal and maybe you're doing some kind of manifestation work and you're just adding this in. Sometimes it's like more holistic for people. They like to
Yeah.
tune in and see what have they been developing around themselves. They already know, but you know,
They already know, but they don't know because
they don't
sometimes
want to pay attention to some details, maybe.
we
That's
have
what it is.
blockages as people, right? And we're like, or we're running from certain things, right? Or
I mean,
emotions or
you'll do it.
feelings.
I'll do it for myself. And even my friends, we would laugh sometimes because we would pull, different cards. And then it would get worse if you kept asking the same question.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's
Yes.
getting dark now.
Yes. Yeah. You guys. Yeah.
It's like, stick
Exactly.
to, what it said and take a minute and focus on it.
Yes. Don't
Sometimes it will
overthink it.
say, like, back off and, not say too much, or focus within. Sometimes
Yeah.
silence is golden. You don't have
Oh
to
my
say
God.
anything.
Don't do too much. So you have a residency, which is amazing because I didn't even know that that existed.
Yeah.
You read tarot at Raoul's
Yes.
and at the Alchemist Kitchen.
Yes.
So with these residencies, you kind of mentioned it. Do you have like repeat people that are like, oh my God, I have to go see Korblossom because she's gonna tell me, kind of it's giving like White
Well, they
Lotus,
don't
like
say it like that. They
Tanya and
like
White
to.
Lotus. Where she's like they're like looking for like someone to like heal them. Those people that just have like too much money and they're like, "Oh, you can help me, you can heal me, and you make me
Well,
feel
people
good."
like that here and there, but I tend to have more. They're more grounded. A lot of them
That's
that are
thank God,
coming.
thank
It
God.
depends on the environment you're in. If I'm doing an event and people already know, they know that they're coming to do readings and they might have some questions. If it's like a party, they know that, oh yeah, we're gonna, do this. When you're
Yeah,
at like um in a place see, Raoul's has been doing this for years since they opened.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they've always had tarot there since the
Oh
beginning.
my God, I love that.
And then I used to do it at a place called Employees Only,
Okay,
and that's in the West Village.
and
So
how do you get hooked up with like these gigs? Do people know of you and they're like, "Oh my God, she's that
they
girl.
know
I
it.
need
They
her."
know, like people who know. So they'll usually reach out and ask if I can do the event, or sometimes it's a dinner party, sometimes it's a fashion party, and they'll
Right.
say, "Oh, are you available to do this?" Might be a holiday party. When I'm doing it at Raoul's or the Alchemist Kitchen, it's just like if you do it at the schedule, there's a few of us, and we'll just go. People know it's there. Sometimes people come that are having dinner. It's a
Yeah.
restaurant too, but the upstairs lounge is where they do the reading. And so everybody knows it's there. It's like a French restaurant, and it's really good.
Yes.
People go, they have parties and stuff
It's
there
an
too.
iconic French restaurant and it's
Hmm.
very fashiony
Yes.
and all the fashion girls go there.
Oh yeah, everybody goes there.
Yeah. I need to go there.
You should come.
I'm
Come.
gonna come. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up on you.
Yeah. Pull up
Are
on
you
me.
there tonight? Or are you at Alchemist Kitchen?
I'm gonna be at Raoul's tonight.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. So how many days a week are you at Raoul's?
I'm usually there like 2 days a week, sometimes covering. It could be more. I do the Alchemist Kitchen probably like once a month.
Nice.
And then I'll just do like whatever freelance in between because there's usually events in the summer. So it just depends.
So you're
It's
just
always been like
busy.
it wasn't like this before the lockdown. I was doing more just like French jeweler and I was doing that too because I used to do it at employees only for a long time, and at the
What does bench
speakeasy.
jeweler mean?
I was soldering, repairing rings, uh, resizing stuff, like making
Okay.
jewelry for a company. So literally just like making all the stuff, soldering all day long.
Wow. So that was pre-pandemic.
Hmm.
And you were still reading, doing readings and
I was
stuff.
doing it always. I have been doing
Always.
it always. Yeah.
How did you know, like, when did it always start? Like, you were a child
I was
or,
probably like 5 or 6.
oh
And
my
then I
God.
just kept doing it and doing like I wasn't really looking at when I had the cards, I would look at them and I had ideas of what they meant because I was already, but then later when I started reading what they meant, I was like, it doesn't seem like that, So I started, going into more studies with it. It's also a good idea to study astrology, numerology, um, anything like that. Go into it.
Yes, you kind of really have to do the work because once you start going down that path, there's so many beautiful like arteries that fall
Yeah.
into
Even
mysticism.
science. Look at like quantum science
Oh my
or
God, quantum physics, amazing.
everything like
Do
that. You
you
go
read
in.
tea leaves or anything like that?
Yeah, that was a fun thing. Like I would do that with my friends. It wouldn't just be tea leaves. It would
And
be
coffee grounds?
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
that's
have to
so
drink
cool.
it and swirl the cup and look at
Yeah,
the shapes. I mean, that's kind of a fun thing to do with friends.
yeah,
And you start looking, oh, what does that mean? The
yeah.
shape, you
Um,
know.
I know this makeup artist that used to work with Amy Winehouse, who like she did like she created the big black Amy Winehouse eye.
Oh.
And her and I were talking once because I was like, and obviously she loved her. And Amy actually introduced her to her husband. And so they're just,
Oh.
really, really good friends. And she would say that Amy would use a deck of playing cards to
You can use
read.
playing cards.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I love Amy. And I just love that she was
Well,
also,
I know some of my friends in Italy use the playing cards. You
yeah.
don't have to use, I mean, you can use anything. And a lot of times the cards are just kind of keeping you in check so you don't veer off too much either.
Right.
Because I don't ask questions. So I think it's good that, when it's like gives direction and the client can see it too. So they get to visually see it. I also have them take a photo of it so they can kind of remember some of the ideas. I want them to,
Yes.
really dig in there.
If I have a good little reading, if I do myself and I'm like, oh my God, that's so spot on, I always take a photo
Take a photo.
to like, I don't know, remind myself. But yeah, I need to pull some cards. I have like the traditional tarot, but I couldn't find it. I was going to show you. But I have this one, there's so many decks out there in the world, but I
I
have this
have my
one
deck. I'll show you. Sure, I can show
Osho.
you.
Do you know this guy?
I know this deck.
Girl. So I had this deck forever. I forget who showed me this deck years ago. I think it was like a model,
The
Osho
Osho
Zen
Zen
Tarot.
Tarot.
And this, I was like, oh, Osho. And I'm like, oh, this man, there's like a picture of the guru on the back of it. And it's basically his followers drew the cards, like did the art for it. And but he was the guru that was in that documentary Wild Wild West, which was about
Oh, I
the
didn't know
ashram,
that.
or like they were like calling it a cult, but they settled in like Oregon, and it was like this crazy
Wait,
Netflix.
was this like a few years back?
Yes,
Wait,
yes,
I think I do
with Ma
remember.
Sheila Ma, and she like tried to shoot him. Anyway, this is his deck, and I was like, oh my God, wild.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, so there are many decks out there, but I love that deck, and it goes into it's like I'm always pulling like your mind is too crazy, like I overthink so much, and they're always that one is always like,
It does
girl,
come up with things in tarot if your mind is on fire. Yeah, basically,
all the
it,
time.
it
It's like your
shows.
mind is
It's like your
wild.
mind is all over the place.
Yeah, the
What's happening
madness.
there? Yeah,
So it reminds me to be like, girl, just be
calm
present.
down. It's like,
Yeah, calm down. Do you
yeah,
have a favorite deck?
I do. Well, I have so many. I've been really into this round deck that I
Ooh.
have. Should I get it?
Yes, I want to see it. A round deck. Ooh. But I'm so excited. Ooh, is it actually round?
So this deck, it's super cute. It's all round. Um,
It is round. Oh, wow. It's so pretty. Oh, I love
love this.
it. And so all the cards are round. Oh, wow. That's so cool. When you pick tarot, or when you are with someone that's getting a reading, do you have them use like a certain hand, like
I have them use
left
both.
or right hand? Okay.
What I do is I clear out the cards with the chakra bells first,
Oh, wait,
and
chakra bells.
I
What
have
are
these bells I
those?
use when I do readings, and it's like on a bar, like a wooden bar with the chime. I click it, and it clears out everything. But I
So
have
from
them
like a
put their
previous
hands on.
person or
hmm
oh
So
my god.
I just clear it all, and then I have them relax a little bit, and we start. It
I
kind of
love
relaxes the person before we do it.
the chakra bell. Yeah, right? And the
Yeah.
chakra relaxes you. It kind of resets chakras.
And it dings really loud. It's like for
Right.
the
It's a
vibration.
vibration
hmm
tone.
And you
Oh
can
my god.
feel it over your hand, but it's just a way to start it and clear everything. And
Yeah.
then I just say, well, why don't we just think about this before we start questions? And I'll lay it out and look at what I see happening. And then I might suggest questions about, why do you feel this way about this? Or this seems to be going well. Um, what's happening with the home? Because you can see feelings. So that way I start to ask those questions. And because I want them to ask the question, but I'll notice things that stand out.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. You
Yeah.
notice things that stand out in the cards?
hmm Or
Okay.
patterns. Because that's what we're working with, patterns, or how to break a pattern, or is there something we want to keep going or not, or improve it? Or maybe you have to improve relationships with people, or, you know, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, what if you
Um
work with people you don't like and you have to still do it? You might have to figure out a way to deal with it.
right. And how can you deal with it? Oh my god.
hmm
Wait, do you do therapy?
No,
No, like do you go to therapy?
I don't actually.
I know,
I
me
just
neither.
I've been going. I do yoga. Like I would go to yoga and I do acupuncture and I do
I
all of
don't
this
think you need
other stuff.
therapy. I don't think you even need therapy. Like you're
And I'm just
so
gonna
the
just.
chakras are balanced.
I mean, I do stuff, but still it's stressful. I mean, I live in the city, so of course, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. But I do things.
You have such a good
I
vibe.
ride a bike.
Love.
Walking, running around, subway,
Yeah.
normal stuff. But I think it's just like what we do, like when you're here.
And also I know this I love I'm like so getting so personal. Like do you do therapy? Do you have a partner? Do you have lovers? Like how do they feel about you or in the past or present or whatever
But
doing this work?
right now, I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm going through a divorce.
Work, T,
Yes,
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah. So that's like, so I'm kind of just happy in my
Oh my,
zone in a way.
I was never happier when I separated from my husband of like 20 years in 2018. So I
Yeah.
hope you're having the same experience as me because I was like a shining bright light.
Yeah, I
And
feel fine. I'm like, okay, I'll do it again, no problem. But I'm just
yeah. And see, I was the
enjoying.
opposite. I was like, I'm good. I did love. Like, I'm just going to do me. And like, I don't need to, like, I'm good. I'm
And the
one.
thing is, once you get good, you're like, oh,
But then once you have that thing, it's like more people are drawn to you because you're just like you don't have this like, oh my god, I need to find someone. I was good. Like I didn't need anything. I didn't need anyone. Was minding my own business, drinking water, roller skating.
that's when
So
you're minding your own business, and that's when it comes along.
they come along. I'm in a whole other like 5, 6 years of relationship, which I love, and I'm so happy. I'm like in another relationship, but sometimes I think women, especially that have been in long term, like I was,
I was too, yeah.
believe like like oh that's over for you, and it's actually not.
Please meet other people.
It's a new thing.
They'll be
Um,
better because you know what you want and
yes,
what
and
doesn't
what you
work.
do not want. It's wild because for me, I got in this relationship for when I was in my 20s, and you're so different in your 20s. And then when we separated, I was 40. I was turning 40 that year. So it was like, a 20 years thing. Like,
You're
we
like,
were
that was
good,
a
good, good.
big chunk. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's cool. My second era love life. It's so great.
See, and you thought it wouldn't happen, and there you go.
And you know what? And honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm good. If that's love, like,
You're
like
like, I've
there were
loved.
great times, obviously,
You were
and
like,
I
I've
have an
lived and
amazing
loved.
kid. But I was like, I'm good just being me. Um and then I think that's when it happens most, when you're like not thinking about,
Well, you get your time to do things too
oh
differently.
my,
It's a
yes.
different dynamic.
Yeah, so I'm always congratulatory for people going through. I'm like, good. It wasn't working out. You were brave enough to acknowledge that, and you're moving on.
Mhm.
And I love that. But do people get weird about, because you have a special ability, and I know everyone has that ability, but you've tapped into it. So do your partners feel weird about that, or is that ever become any kind of negative?
Like, yeah, it happens, you know.
And do you date people that are also like into
No,
tarot and spirituality? No.
now
She said no. No. She's like, nope, not at all.
I don't know what it is. I just don't. I
You're not
never.
attracted to that kind of person. Yeah. I totally get that. So Core Blossom, I wanted to ask you about dreams. And how do you feel about dreams? Do you think they're also another form of divination or symbolic meaning?
I think it's a couple of things.
Yeah. Because I'm
Sometimes,
always like, I know things happen. I have these dreams. And sometimes I don't have dreams. But yeah, I was like, is this also part of that? That's our internal. Because sometimes dreams be crazy, like
sometimes
really
they're
crazy.
warnings. Sometimes it's like making you address something or fear in yourself. You know, I think, what do people have dreams about their teeth falling out? That's
Yes.
the
Hair
stress.
falling
The
out.
stress, you know, it's like
Yes.
falling, the
Yeah.
falling dream.
The falling
Yeah, all of
dreams.
those. People chasing you. Something's
Yeah.
chasing you.
Yeah. I have my favorite dreams obviously are of my mom, and I had this really amazing I think it was a dream. I'm pretty sure it was a dream. But I was just back home in Oklahoma, and I was staying with my friend Addie, and I was sleeping in her daughter's bed, and the door was closed, and I remember the night before I had gone to a wedding. And so you know how I danced my ass off, I drank, but I was like heavy
You had
sleeping,
that
and
slumber.
you were just like, I was in it. And so I don't know if I heard something and I kind of woke up, but in my dream or whatever I thought it was, I thought I heard Addie, my friend, talking like to her daughter or something. And she said, Amy, your mom's here. And it was one of those things where it felt like your mom was picking you up from a sleepover. Like, oh, Amy, or a play date. Like, Amy, your mom's here. And it was her voice and everything. And I remember it,
Mm.
like I said, it was definitely a dream. But in my dream, I kind of like woke up and kind of like saw the light coming through. It was like early morning. And I was like, oh, and like didn't wake up. And then later woke up, was drinking coffee with her, talking about the wedding and everything. And then I remember like, oh my God, Addie, I don't know if you said this. It sounded just like she said it down the hall, like, Amy, your mom's here. And I told her that. And we were like, oh. So then, of course, we cried and talked about our moms. But I have such great dreams with my mom. And it's like she's saying hi. And I love that.
I love that. I feel like that really does happen. Like,
Right?
people come that have passed on and they'll talk to you. I've had this from family members. I've had it from my pets. coming to
Stop.
visit. Yeah, so it's kind of, it's something and other times it might just be a dream talking to, like, I remember if I was like had to learn something or study for something and I would have a dream about it and wake up and know, oh yeah, this is the way to navigate through that. So
Oh,
sometimes dreams help you in other ways. Sometimes it's a warning. It might be telling you something about a person or a situation, and you might have to pay attention to it. But if you keep having the same dreams over and over and over again, maybe it is a message and you gotta write it down. Other
right.
times family members want to just say hi.
Yeah.
There's
Like I feel like
also
I
dreams
can
of outer
absolutely.
body, like kind of dreams too. So that's a different
Yes.
feeling.
Um, those outer body, I remember when I was really doing some work like spiritually, and I had found out about, is it tethering?
Oh, to hold you back, to keep you back in so you
Like
don't
I
escape. Like,
forget what
because
it
some people, when they do it, they say it's hard to get back for some reason.
yeah, like kind of like you're it was like an exercise kind of to be in space. And it sounds crazy vocalizing this right now, but anyway, it was like this exercise to get you to be kind of consciously conscious in your sleep. And so that in my sleep I was navigating
Mm.
this way and I was floating in the universe. Like I was out in space, like literally floating around.
You
And I
sleeping with intention, almost
it
like
was intention, like I was like meditating on it, like I meditated and I was saying certain vowel sounds, and and it was like I was doing it when I went to bed. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try
mm.
to do this, so I was like doing it, saying what I had to say. And then in my dream, or whatever it was called at the time, I forget now, um I was in space, I had done it, and I was in the universe looking down like at Earth and the whole thing. Like it was like a moment, and I got so excited. I was like, I did it, and I woke myself up. So I had a glimpse of whatever that is, and it was amazing. And it's crazy. That's like one of my biggest fears was like growing up was being in space, just like floating away into like nothingness. Although nothing is not
Were you
nothingness, but
moving fast? Did you feel when you did it?
no,
You were
not at
slow.
all. I wasn't moving fast. It was just really slow. And I was like, but I was once I like figured out like, oh shit, I did it. Like I'm here. And then I was like so excited, and I like woke myself up. And that's what happens a lot of times with my mom. When I dream of my mom, I like get so excited to give her a hug that I'm like, and then I'm like, oh shit, I woke myself up. Or I wake up bawling, wailing,
I
because I'm like,
think they're still
mom.
alive when I have people revisit me in dreams. If they come off, it's like they're still alive.
Yes.
And they're
Yeah.
doing something random, like something like where my grandmother was like on a train or something.
Yeah.
And I think it was in England or something. She was on a train though, randomly, like, oh, I'm going over here. And she had like her suitcases and stuff. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, well, I'll give you a call or something. And
Oh
meanwhile,
my God, I
like
love that.
wake up, I'm like, wait, she was on the
Yeah.
train going somewhere.
Oh, I love that. My
Hmm.
mom loved trains. That was like one of her big things. She actually took an Amtrak from Kansas to New York to visit me. That was like one of her dreams, and she
Oh,
did it to visit me when I first moved to New
that's a
York. It
nice
was so
trip.
cute. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, she wanted to have her little train moment. She was in her train era, and she's like,
I
she did
love
it.
trains. So
I
excited on train. If I
know.
was doing like a long distance train thing, that would be fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, definitely. Um, so yeah, so dreams are
It's a lot
interesting
of
and
things. They're
important.
different. I think because when we
Yeah,
sleep, we maybe go into a different realm. It's different.
yeah.
Our
Right?
brain is still working, right, when we sleep. It's still activity.
It's
But everyone
still
says, oh, I don't
there.
remember the dream. They're probably dreaming, just don't remember the
That
dream.
and because I do sleep really deeply, and I know I must dream and I don't remember them. It's when I like go to the bathroom and come back, and it's like in that like if you heard something, so your brain kind of wakes up a little bit. That's when I remember my dreams, is when it's like um you're not into that deep REM or whatever they call it.
Mm-mm. I have
You're
to
like
wake up
in that
first.
little. Yeah.
and then go back to do, because if I do outer body, there's something I noticed would happen, and I wasn't really trying to do it, but I would wake up, maybe even eat a little something,
Yeah.
and lay back down, and then it would happen. I always hear sounds beforehand, like some weird swishy sound or like wind.
Oh,
I always hear
wow.
like a wind, just like loud. I'm like, ooh, there's something's happening.
Before you like hit, like before you like kind of go into the dream state, you hear something.
I hear the sounds like this whoosh, like it sounds like wind.
Oh, that's so cool.
But sometimes I don't want to do it. Like I don't want to do it, but I can hear the sounds, and I'm like,
Yeah.
uh oh. And I try to get myself out of the state if I don't want to do it.
Okay. What about the sleep paralysis? The sleep demon. What is she
Hmm.
giving? How do you feel about her?
I
I
mean,
only get I only
I
get
get
her
that.
when I'm really exhausted. Like that's like when you're or I've been traveling a lot and really really exhausted. Do I get like the sleep paralysis demon?
I get it once in a while. I'm able to break out of it though very
Yes.
fast. I can
Yes,
feel
because
it. Like I feel the
yeah.
thing. And I know some people, yeah, they say it's a sleep demon or something, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
I think I've seen, it's something, it feels weird. I don't, but I get out of it really fast
Yes.
because I
I've
can feel
learned
it tries to like keep you really, and but I can hear some sounds with that too. Some
yeah.
weird sounds with that. That's kind
Yeah.
of freaky though. It kind of doesn't feel as good, but I get out of that pretty fast.
Yes. Yeah, I can do that too now in my older years age. Um I've been able to like be like, "Oh, okay, this is what this is." Like snap out of it. You know, kind of like when you have to go to the bathroom really bad.
And you
You
just
like
hold it, like,
but you're just holding it and you're like, "Girl, wake up. You're going to pee." Like in my dream, like I'll be dreaming that I'm going to the bathroom. Like, "Girl, no, actually wake up, wake up." And then you're like, "Oh my god, I got to run."
but I think the
Um
cats can hear that other sound though when I'm doing the outer body, the swishy, because they seem to hear that, that sound, that
that's so cool.
wind thing.
Wait, so explain to me what when you say outer body, like what are you talking
It's like
about?
I'm leaving and I'm going into some other place. It's like I'm flying out somewhere, or like when you said going into outer space.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would go and see different things and just looking at it.
Oh my god,
Sometimes not even
love.
know what it is, but I would be out
Yeah.
there, space, some other country, going across some rivers and just moving.
Yes.
Sometimes going really fast, sometimes just staring at stuff and not.
Oh my god, that's so
I had no
cool.
plan a lot of times, but now if I want to do it, it's like when I feel like I really want to do it. Sometimes I noticed it just came upon me and that would happen, and I didn't want to do it. It happened since I was little, so I didn't know how to
Wow.
control it.
Wow. And other people in your family have like the ability to just, read cards and have outer body experiences?
But yeah, like my mom does. Like sometimes, and like I noticed. I think some of my little nephews have some of that, or they can notice things beforehand. So I think people can pick up on it more. I feel kids do that in general until
Yes.
they become like you're not supposed to talk about those things. So I would never say something I felt. I would never,
Yeah.
don't say anything.
Were you yeah, because was your family cool with that? Because I know sometimes like or like, yeah, like you
Some
say, like
people were,
kids might
some were
not
not.
feel
They just think it's weird. Are you just being
yeah,
weird?
especially with I think religion gets in the way of that, right? Like that becomes like a big part, like,
And
oh,
we weren't
that's
even really religious. It was just kind of, people might think it's odd or,
yeah.
weird. Even right now. So I just do what I do. Like because I always feel like working with metals and tarot are kind of similar things because you're, working with these organic materials and,
You're an
tarot is kind of old.
alchemist.
Yeah, it's like an alchemist.
You're a literal alchemist,
So
right?
I have no problem doing it, but I notice people think you're doing some kind of bad thing.
Yeah,
But it's not like
but it's
that.
not at all, and it's based on, just everything based on stereotypes is harmful, and especially for the community that you're a part of, like
It's a
People don't
safe
talk about
space
that
for
enough.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Relative art. Yeah, they're a safe space for people to come and hang out, be
Yes, come and hang
creative.
out.
Like
Tarot.
everybody's
Yeah.
like,
Every
welcome.
spirituality, regardless, they are welcoming. So where else do you sell your jewelry in New York? Is it just
Um,
Relative Arts?
I sell at Relative Art. I used to sell at a place called Mondiale Life. But I'm pretty much just doing more private stuff. I'll just
Nice.
make things, and I just kind of scaled it back because I feel like with all the freelancing in general, you're all over the place. Like I just
It's a
can't,
lot.
like it's a
Yeah.
lot. You're
You're
just,
like, I got to organize my tarot nights, and then
and
you
then
have
you
commit
making stuff. Making
and
stuff takes a long
commissions.
time.
Yeah.
And when
How
you're
long does
there
a
at
piece
soldering,
take? Like a
well,
pair of earrings.
a pair of earrings can take a couple of hours, but then I like to work on these sculptural pieces. Like some huge piece, or like I'm working something I'm redoing right now. And it's just because of the bending of everything.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show it to you. It's like a piece I did.
Oh.
So I'm redoing it
Wait, is it
now.
metal? Is it
Yeah,
metal?
yes.
Oh, I love it.
So I have to redo this. I've been working on this right now, and it
I
just
love
takes
it.
a while because it's like the metal, and you have to keep bending and forming it
Wow.
the right way, and then I have to wrap the wire around it. This is copper. I one now in brass. So
Oh,
I
word.
started I started getting the wires together and heating them up so I can manipulate them. So
So
yeah, this one, that's fun.
are your earrings that you have on right now, are those brass?
These are brass.
Yeah. Oh, they're
I mean, I'll
so
do
cool.
gold if people really want gold, but because gold can get so pricey, what I
Yeah.
wanted to do, because I was selling a lot of super relative art, I wanted to make it so it's affordable too,
Yes.
not just where, because if you got some stacking rings, I can make those pretty fast and I can sell those for a low price.
Yeah.
I wanted things where it wasn't going to be overpriced. Some things
Yeah.
are because I have to, but for
Of
certain smaller
course.
pieces, I wanted to make a varied, you know, price range for people.
Yeah, that's great to have like a wide range, but if someone did want you to use gold, you could melt it
Oh yeah,
down
yeah,
and create whatever.
yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
Just
So you
like,
you get commissions a lot for
yeah, people just say, "I want you can make this, can you
custom
do that?" And yeah, I can do it. I can do repairs too. I started
love.
getting into this new thing now. I picked up a new skill.
Ooh,
Uh,
love.
Shoe repair.
Shoe repair.
Yeah,
What?
I just started.
Amazing.
Well, because I had all the tools, and I said, why don't I just,
That's right.
I have all these
You
heels.
do. So you
So I
can
just,
repair. I have like an old pair of pumps I need repaired.
what do you need?
You could do
The little
pumps
tab? Yeah,
or little boots. Oh no, actually they're boots with a little heel that I got in
I
Paris.
just got some stuff so I can do the bottoms and the glue and stuff, but I did get the tab. Like I started ripping out all the tabs on the shoe to replace them because I got a bunch of the shoe tabs in different sizes, and I said, I'm gonna do some shoe repair.
Oh, that's so cool. So you could just
Why
do
not?
anything.
I'm like, I mean, I figured I have the tools
You have the tools. You have all the tools.
and I
Um,
guess, do my tarot. I never made a tarot deck.
ooh, wait.
Yeah, I haven't
What?
done one. No,
That's
at
real.
least I
That's
thought, but
that's
then I
cool.
haven't really gotten into, and I keep collecting them, but I guess, maybe
Well,
I could.
this is your research. You're
Hmm.
doing your research and development right now. And it's like me with this podcast. Like I did research and development for so many years that when I was like, you know what? I'm doing this right now. I'm just going to do it.
So you
And
just jumped in and did it.
I just did it. And when I tell clients and I tell people, I'm like, they're like, oh, I've always wanted to. I'm like, just do it. I've always wanted to. Just do it.
Yeah, you just
Your
do it.
your
You just
best
pull
friend
stuff
is
together and do it. You don't have to do it,
your best friend's never going to be ready for you. Your other friend's not going to be, because it was always that, like, oh, I want to do it, but they don't live here. I want to do it, or they're not around. And it's like, actually, I'm just going to do it and get in my chops,
But
as they
they don't
say.
have to live close to you, though. I guess to
Well,
do
and
it.
this is why this little interaction is so important because I've never done a remote recording before. So we're going to see how this goes. And
Yeah,
maybe
I
I
have
can
never done
have
it
some
before either.
people from California as my co hosts
You
on the
should, right? You
pod.
can like having everybody come in. Actually, they'll pour in really fast if they don't have to go anywhere, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it is easier. It's so much easier and cheaper
Well,
because I
you're
have to
close
rent
to
the
me
space.
anyway. You're not that far.
Yeah. Yeah. But Kristal, okay, thank you for your time. I wanted to have you tell people where they can find you, your socials, your websites, what's best. How can people look up your
Um,
beautiful work?
I'm on Instagram. I use the Korblossom tag. Pretty much there. I can be found at Raoul's, of course. Uh,
Yes.
Mondays,
Raoul's The Alchemist Kitchen.
Mondays and Saturdays, Raoul's. Out in the kitchen, they usually post it, but I usually do there like once a month.
Okay, cool.
I'll do on Sundays.
Do
I'll
you ever
do
do
there.
readings at Relative Arts?
I have not yet. We talked about it. We might do something.
Oh, we have to do something. I want
I
to
know
have a
they would
party
want to
there for
do.
the podcast, and I want you to do tarot. That would
I
be
could do tarot. That would be
amazing.
fun. We could do like I could do something. We do like little 3 card readings for everybody
Yeah, totally.
and some
Right?
advice and have to take a photo.
Ah, love.
It'd
Yes,
be so
always
much
take a photo.
fun. Well,
Um,
yeah, because I'd like take that photo.
exactly. Kristal, thank you so much for
You're
joining me
welcome.
today. Your insight was incredible, and I hope I can practice and open myself up and do my little readings so I can get myself back on track in life and everything.
But we're doing that anyway.
I know. You know
It's
what?
just the
I'm always so
progress.
hard on
It's
myself.
always it's it's never 100%. I think you just keep doing things.
We just have to keep doing things,
Yeah.
right? Because we just have to do it. The
You
world
can't
doesn't
just be
stop.
like, ugh, you gotta say, okay, get up, go
I
do it,
know,
make it
right? It's the
happen.
get
You
up
get
and
a
go
you
do
get a
it.
bad day, and you say, okay, I gotta, get up. The
Yes.
best thing you can do, like if when people tell me if they've been depressed or anything, and I'll say, because I remember during the lockdown, a lot of people were going through that, and I was like, you know what I do? The first thing I do is like I'll take a shower and make sure I get dressed. And
Yes.
even if I'm not going anywhere, I'm just staring at the wall. But you
The
might as well.
shower is
Yeah,
so that was I remember I said that in an interview once for a magazine. They're like, how do you what motivates you? And a shower. I was like, actually the shower
and get
motivates
dressed.
me.
Like get dressed, put some stone. No, so somebody was like, "Oh, do you wear sweats or anything?" I was like, "Oh, I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't do that."
Oh, they're girl,
Because
they're
I'm like, "What's the
comfortable.
point?" Like, I know, but if I'm going to be, in the house during that period, no way. I was like, I'm putting
Yes.
on a dress. I was like, where am I
Yes.
going? I'm not going out. So I was like literally wearing my nice stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh,
And even during, I was just like, oh, I'm
yeah.
just gonna get dressed, get up, like la la la, kind
Oh,
of.
that I love that.
It
So
makes you feel
yes,
better, even if you don't feel good. You're just saying, okay, well, at least I did that.
exactly. At least
That
I'm
was my
clean.
achievement for the day.
Exactly, right?
But I
Oh,
do that now. Like I'm just gonna get up, I'll shop. Even if I don't have anywhere to really go, I might be working from the house or something, but I'll just get up and feel like I'm doing something. You
yes,
know?
it's so true. And a shower does it kind of cleans you. I feel like I see better after a shower.
Yeah, you just
I
feel
mean, I do wear
good.
contacts and I put my contacts in, but still, I feel like I don't know, you feel like, okay, so I
I'm
can do
clean and I
shit.
can see better.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes. Yes. I could be seen in public now.
Clean.
Yes. I love that.
And
All right,
essential
y'all.
oils. You get your some essential
Oh,
oils, rose oil I love.
love. What is your favorite rose oil? Do you buy from someone particular?
I usually just get the essentials. Like I'll go to like what is it, Dora Katia.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go. There was New Directions Aromatics is a place where I really like their essential oils.
Ooh,
They have
love.
really nice. They have like butters and shea butters, mango. They have and they give you a list of where it's grown, altitude.
New Directions. Is
Amazing.
that in the city?
New Directions Aromatics. I think they're out of Canada.
Oh, love. So you
Yeah,
can order online.
yeah.
Oh, I love
Looks so
that.
stunning. Oh, it smells so good. I mean, there's a
Mm,
difference from the essential oils. You know, some of the ones you just get in the store to this stuff. It's like the smell is
yes, you can
amazing.
tell.
Hmm.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you, Kristal Korblossom, so much for your time and energy today. And I think we'll wrap it up there. Is there anything else you'd like to share? You've shared so much.
I, I can't
Perfect.
think of anything.
You've given us so much. Take a shower, y'all. And we're signing off. Thank you. See you soon, cousins. Bye.